Okay, good evening, everyone. So let's start today's class. Let me share my screen. Can you all see the screen?
Yes, sir. I can see.
Yes, sir, can see.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir, access on.
Last week we started Microsoft Excel, right? So this is what we learned last week. We learned the very basics about what is Microsoft Excel. First, we learned about all the different names, same like Microsoft Word, all the different names in the first page. We identified all the icons names. It is very important. Otherwise, I get the new answer, please, so that you remember the words exactly. Then we learned about how to create a document and about tabs, ribbons, columns, sheets. So we learned the basics. So have you all did the practice last week? Did you try to open Excel and try to explore? Anyone?
So last week I no joined the class, but I before one submit on the exercise 8. So this week one I try to settle for this week because 3 days I no working.
Okay, so you please see the video because last class was very important. We started the basic of Excel. So that is the fundamental. Once you know that, then it will be easy for the rest of the class. And
Okay,
also
sir.
the homework, also I didn't see most of you didn't send except only a few people sent. So is it difficult or what is the reason why the homework not done? Do you have any doubts?
Last one, okay, but this the Excel first class I haven't checked the video. Maybe I check.
Okay. How about others? Those who attended the class, did you all try to do the video, the homework?
Yeah, midnight try to do.
Yes, I saw that you have submitted. Other people, please go and please check the homework. It's very simple. Please try to do. If you have doubts, you ask me. Okay. So that's it.
Yes, sir. Shakil also already done.
Sorry.
Shakil, I already sent in the group.
Okay, fine. Okay. Okay. So today's class, we will learn about how to modify a worksheet. So last class we learned about how to create a worksheet. In this class, we will learn how to modify the worksheet. So after that, we will learn about how to merge and unmerge cells, how to make the zoom, how to enter and revise data, and then how to move data, find and replace. So this is all the few topics that we will learn for today. Okay, so as usual, we will open a document 2016 because we are now using 2016. Okay, so to check whether everybody has already installed 2016.
Yes, sir. I have already.
Those who have not done, please get it done as soon as possible because it is very important to update.
So I have the 2019.
Okay, fine. If you have the higher version, no problem. Okay, so today we will learn about how to modify the worksheet. For example, when you create a new worksheet, you want to enter the data, right? So this is called the row. I just repeat, this is called the row and this is called the column. Horizontal line, the number 1, 2, 3, all these are called rows. Vertical A, B, C, D, these are called columns. Individual one rectangle is called a cell. Okay. This is a very basic thing that we learned last week. So now we will see how to change the size of the row. If you want to change the row height, that means number 1, for example, this is the size. You want to increase, maybe I type, for example, name. Okay, so now it is inside the box. But if I change the size to, okay, this is auto fit, so you can see. Sometimes it will happen that the size doesn't change by itself. So in that time, you need to manually change. How can you do that? There are 2 methods. First method is a simple one. You just go to the row bottom. You keep the cursor on the bottom like this, and you just drag it. You select it and drag it below. So the row will become wider. You can see. Same way, you want this row number 3 to be wider. Just go to below the row 3. The cursor change to like a cross. So you select, click and drag. You need to click and drag. So the size can be changed. So this is one method. Other method is maybe like you want to enter a set of data. Like this method, you don't know what is the size. You want to make this and this same size, you cannot make because you are dragging manually. So if you know what size you want, and you want maybe, for example, you want to change all these rows, just select all the rows, right click, go to row height. Maybe here you can put 20, so it increase. If you think this is not sufficient, you want it bigger, enter 30. So you can see the size change. Then you can decide what size you want. Okay. So the first method is just a simple method. You can just drag it. Second method is useful when you do for multiple rows that you want to have the same size. It's very easy. You just select all the rows that needs to be changed. Right click, row height, and then enter the value. So you just do a trial and error what size you want. Okay. So this is for changing the row height. It's the same method for changing the column width. It's exactly the same method. Instead of selecting the row, you need to do for column. Now I want to change the column A width. So I should just go to the line at the end of the column A. The cursor change to a cross, black cross. So you just select and drag it. Click and drag. The column can be wider. So this is changing the column width by the first method. So similar to the row height method, column also you can do the same way. You want many columns to be changed to the same size. Select those columns, right click, column width. Maybe here you can put maybe any value. It is too big, I don't want so big. Select everything, column width. So you can do in this manner. This is how you change the column width and the row width. Okay. So now you want to insert a row. For example, okay, you have age, okay, and you have maybe different name. Okay. maybe you have few names and you have the data here. Suddenly you think that you want to insert one row here, you want to put some person's name here. What you can do, just you click here, right click, and say insert. So a new row is inserted. Maybe then you can enter the name that you wanted to have. Okay. Any name you can put.
Sir, table how to make the bigger size?
Okay. You want table means the text or the size? The size.
Yes, yeah, size, the size.
Okay. I repeat one more time. I just explained, right? So you select, like you want these three at the same size, everything same size. You select like this. You right click, column width, change the number. Okay. So now I just make it smaller. So I make it smaller. You can make it same way. Give bigger number, it become big. Or you want only one column. The name is longer, but other column you don't need so much. You just click, drag. You can make it bigger. So it depends which method you want to do. Only one column you want to bigger to call the name, you can do so. Okay, is this your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you created this data and you think that you want to insert the maybe maybe your IC number. So how do you do that? Same way like how you inserted the row, you select here, right click, insert. So the column is inserted. Now you can write, okay. So you can insert and you can have all that data. Okay. Once you have done that, you want everything to fit to the size. You just here click like that, double click. Okay, if this is just an additional step. After you type all the data, if you think you want the column to just fit the same size as the content inside, okay. You can have maybe different name, right? Okay, maybe you have something like that. Want to fit the column, you just double click, fit to the biggest size. You can do so. So this is how to do. In a similar way, you can. Okay, one more thing. You can also select. Okay. So can you notice the change now? You have maybe instead of one row, you want to insert many rows, 3 rows, for example, here. Select the 3 rows, right click, and say insert. So you can see newly 3 rows are inserted. So how many rows you selected, that many rows will be inserted. The same for column. You do the same way. You select 2 and put insert. You have 2 rows. Okay. Now, how to delete it? It's the same method. Select, right click, delete. If you want to delete the rows, select the rows, right click, and delete. Do you have any doubts on this? Anybody have any doubts?
Sir, my laptop, the column, why cannot find a right click column, cannot find.
You have to select first. You highlight the column like this.
Selector.
You see,
Son, one more time can you show how to add row?
okay, you see for now for row, the cursor is here. If I want to insert, I have to select on the row on the left. The whole row is selected. You see, it has to be like that. It has to be highlighted. Then you go to the corner, right click, see row hide or delete. Same way for column. You select the column, the whole text is selected here. Now you right click. You see now if you select the column, you don't find the row width. See the column width. So you check your computer, did you select the row or column? You try again.
Sir, I mean how to add row if I need one more row, example 3 and 4 between I need one more row. So again please can show me.
Okay. So if you want between 3 and 4, just click on 4, right click, set. Okay. I do one more time. You want between 3 and 4, you select the 4. So the whole row is highlighted. Okay. Once this is highlighted, you click, right click and insert. Then you will have a new row. Can you try? Do you understand now? Or you want me to repeat again?
Yeah, understand.
Understand, sir.
Okay, no problem. Anytime if you have doubts, please ask. Okay? So similarly, you want to delete, it's the same method. Just select, right click, delete. So insert, delete, the same method. The same way you want to hide, right? Maybe you are preparing a report, or maybe you don't want to give the IC number to your client. Maybe you just want to give the name, age, and nationality. But you want this for your reference. So just right click, you select this, right click, hide. You see, it is hidden now. See the number carefully, A, B. So B is there, but it is not showing here. It's kept hidden. So to unhide, you select A and C together, right click, unhide. Now you can bring it back. Same way for row. You don't want to show these two people's data to somebody, but you still want to keep it in your file. Select both the rows, right click, and hide. Now you can see row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is missing. Then 7, 8. So 5 and 6 is hidden now. You just select 4 and 7, right click, and hide. So 5 and 6 is displayed now. So this is how to hide and unhide. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I think sister is here to take attendance. We will take attendance first.
Oh, okay, brother. Thank you.
Okay, so this is how you can modify the rows and columns. So far, any doubts for anyone?
Sir, behind camera I show you the still why I cannot find the column on my left. What's the problem?
Okay. How you want to start? Hello? Hello?
Brother Brisley, not clear. Your voice is not clear.
Is it clear now? Hello?
Yes, sir. You see?
Now.
Yeah,
it's
clear
clear.
now. Clear now.
Okay, fine. Okay. Yes, Sohail?
Yes, sir. My own. You see the right click. Don't have the column. Huh?
Just a second. Okay.
So can you off your
Once,
Brother Brisley? It's not clear now.
you hear, sister?
Yeah, now it's okay.
I'm just trying to see. Sohail, this is very small. Cannot see your screen. Maybe I'll just stop share so then I can see your screen.
Okay.
Okay, you did not select the full row. You're just selecting the cell. You click on the left side number 2. You click on the number 2.
Number 2.
Left side you see, right? Number 2.
Yeah.
No, not there. Okay, you click the number 2. No, not that. You come out of the menu. You escape. Press escape. Press escape. Press escape.
Escape. Huh?
Your laptop got escape in the left corner, right? You press already. Okay. You click the number 2. The left side you see the number. Click the number 2.
Yes.
No, you did not click the number 2. You're clicking cell A2. You click the number 2.
This one.
Ashil bhai, number मध्ये click करें, number मध्ये. शुद्ध
Itu
number.
number itu click করলাম।
Right.
Right. You click the number.
ওই নাম্বারে ক্লিক করে কর্নারের থেকে নিচের দিকে টান দেন।
কর্নার থেকে ক্লিক করে
হ্যাঁ, নাম্বারে ক্লিক করেন আগে।
এই যে হাইট আছে র আছে এগুলা।
হ্যাঁ, এই যে রতে দেন। রতে ক্লিক
Now you
করেন।
can see raw height.
Yeah, raw height, yes, sir.
Yes.
So if you want to do
Okay,
column,
ওকে।
change.
Yes, yes.
এখন কত সাইজ দিবেন সেটা দেন।
Okay.
এক্সাম্পল আপনি 40 দেন, 40 দেন। ওকে দেন। ওকে দেন তারপরে। ওকে দেন। ওকে, সাইজ চেঞ্জ হয়েছে দেখছেন?
Okay.
এখন কলমে হাইট যদি চেঞ্জ করতে চান আবার উপরে কলমে যে এরকম।
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, sir, you can continue.
Okay. So now you want to insert cells. You can also use the select the range of cells and insert. This is another method. Okay. This is the another method. You want to insert a row. You select this. Go to insert rows. You can insert rows. You want a column. You select here. Insert column. So this is another method. Okay. So this is another things that you can try. You want to know next you learn how to shift the data from one place to the other. I think this one we learned in the last class. Try to open up the file. Fine. So if you have now all this data, so can you all just put your mic in mute? So only when you have doubts you can on, so that the video recording is clear. Sabali,
Sohail bhai, apne
can you
doubt
please
clear
put
kare,
your
mute
mic in mute?
kare. Sohail bhai, not.
Sohail bhai, Sohail bhai. Sohail bhai.
Okay, so now you have all the data here.
জি ভাই সোহেল ভাই বলছিলেন কেটা?
ভাই সবাই মাইক মিউট করে রাখবেন যদি স্যার কথা বলে ওই সময়তে। দরকার হলে তখন বলবেন। ওকে, ধন্যবাদ।
Okay, so now you have all the set of data and you want to move it to another place. So how do you do that? You select all the cells. You know how to select, right? Select the first cell, click on the pad, and then you select all the range of cells. Once you select, you right click. You want to copy or move. If you want to move, use cut. And I want it to be here. Right click and paste. So now the entire data shifted from this place to this place. You can see. All right. So this is how you can shift it. I will show one more time. Now I shift it back to the original place. So you keep your on the first cell that you want, and then you select the range of cells. Once you select, you right click, cut. If you cut, that means it will be removed from this place. Then you place on the other and paste. So it will be moved. If you want it to be kept in both the place, you just have to do a copy. Right click, copy, you paste here again, paste. So this is copy. Okay, so it depends on what you wanted to do. You can use the copy or cut option. So with this, we have almost covered the topics for the first one, modify worksheet. We learned all these things. Next, we will move to merge and unmerge cells. Okay, so I think this also we can learn quickly. Okay. So now I will insert a row. Okay. Now I want to write employee record. This is the title of the data. So now I want this to be nicely to the heading, because this is a heading. So I can merge these cells, cell 1, 2, 3, 4, all these 4 cells into one cell. I just select all the 4 cells and go to the merge. Click on it. Now you can see this whole cell become one cell instead of 4 different cells. And the text is in the center. So this is called merging of cells. Okay. You see now I want to merge these 2 cells into one. I just select merge and center. This become one cell. When I select, you see here, this is a smaller A7. This is B7. You select here, this is A8. There is no B8 because B8 is gone. A8 and B8 together form as A8. Previously, you see, this is A8, This is B8. You can see here. This is A8. This is B8. This is C8. Now see carefully. I select these two cells. I merge. This become A8. The next cell is C8. So B8 is removed and joined together with A8. This is called merging of cells. Same way here. This is A1. B, C, D1 all disappear. You can see straight away is E1. Okay. So this is called merging of cells. You don't want this to happen. You want to remove it back. You just select and click the same button. It reverse. It's the same button that you click to merge and unmerge. Both are the same. You see now you can have B1. You have C1. You have D1. So merge is again, you select here, merge and center. This is called merging and unmerging. Anybody have any doubts? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay. Now you want to okay. Next one is zoom. So you want to zoom. Zoom means it's like using a lens camera, right? That you want to see bigger or smaller. You can use the right corner bottom here. You see my mouse. There is a plus and minus. So you press on the plus, the screen become bigger. So listen carefully. The screen appear bigger, but it's not the actual change in size. The row height is the same. Column height is the same, but it just look bigger for you. It's like you are using a lens to see bigger. You want to see smaller, you zoom out, it becomes smaller. So this is the standard 100%. You want to bring smaller, this is zoom out. You're making it smaller and smaller. This is 50%. You click on the plus, become bigger. Okay, so this is called zoom in and zoom out. Also, you can do by go to the view tab, view zoom. So you can change the size. So this is another method. So either you can do by the bottom right corner, or you can go to the view tab. Go to the view tab, click on zoom, and you change to the size that you want.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
I am to leave because my engineer here, I am to drop the engineer. So later I see the video and
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
I say I leave now. So our engineer here, I am to drop his house. So later I see the video and submit the homework, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So this is called the zoom and zoom in and zoom out. So far, any doubts? Okay. If it is clear, then we go to the next set of learning. So we go back here. So we covered merge and merge, zoom in, zoom out. Then we go to the enter the data. Okay. So I think we also learned about this. To move a cell range space, to cut a cell range, we have learned this. So we will learn about finding and replacing data, and then we also learn about entering the data. Okay. So now let's go here. Okay. So I insert a column. So usually we will write the serial number. Okay. Okay, you want to have serial number, usually we put 1, 2, 3, you enter like this, right? But actually you don't need to do this method. You can just enter 1, 2, 3. You have hundreds of people. You just select here, you drag. The Excel will automatically put the number for you. See here? It follows the same pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it automatically do the numbering.
Sir,
Yes.
if I put 0, 1, can you show me how I can put 0, 1, 0 first, I mean? No, sir, I mean not like that. I mean 0, 1, one line.
Okay.
Yes, first is 0, then 1, 0, 1. Same line.
Like this? Or
No,
here,
no, no.
0, 1.
No. One before I need to put 0. Example 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. Yes,
Oh,
like that.
okay. The
Yeah,
one,
now 0 no more.
okay. I think there is some setting in the that you can change here.
What the general?
Because it is a setting here to show how many digits you want to see. Okay, so this is for decimal. Okay, let me check on this, and maybe next time I will share with you. Okay.
Okay, can.
001 or 01 or 0001. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is what you want, right? I cannot remember quickly, but there is some setting because this is changed to number.
Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Later you can tell us. Okay.
I will find it here inside. It's somewhere here. Okay. I think it should be. So there is some setting here. So actually I will just go in and find out to find exactly what is the format. Okay. Okay, let me try to find that. There is some setting inside, so I will explain maybe in the next videos. Okay. Okay. Now, next is I explain this. I change it to general. So you can drag it to make it like this, autofill. So the computer automatically does the filling of the data. Okay. Then the other way is you can also do by do for the other sequence. You select here. You have, for example, January. February. Also, you can track, the computer can recognize this to December. So this is also possible. Okay. So same like years, all these things you can do. Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah, clear, sir.
Okay, fine. You can also have here flash fill. So like same like this, you have 2021. You can actually drag, it gives the next number of years. Okay, so this is possible. So this is a fill. The next one is, we have learned this. So we learned about move data. So I think this we have already, we have just learned it, right? So we can also do it by Control X and Control V. I will also show this to you. Okay, for example, these things. Okay, so now you have this. I told you about how to right click and cut. You can also use the shortcut. You can do Control X. Control and X together is for cut. And you paste Control V. So later all these codes will be sent in the document that I will send to you. So don't worry about it. It will be in the lesson material. Control X is to cut. Control V is to paste. So if you want to copy, is Control C. Okay, so there are three things. Cut, copy, paste. You see here. You bring it closer to the icon here, you can see. Control plus C is copy. Control plus X is cut. Control plus V is paste. So this is the cut, copy, paste option. Okay. The next is find and replace. So it's the very similar, same like MS Word. We learned this in MS Word also. You go to find and select. Find. You can maybe say find Rahul. You click find all. You can see it shows here in the book, because book 1, this is the name of the book. Sheet 1, cell B3. It is in B3. You can find the value Rahul. So you click there. This is what is highlighted here. So you can find. So if you have a lot of data, you can actually use find all. It will search the whole file. You just want to find one by one, you click find next, it will move one by one. So if sometimes you want to go to a particular row where you have this data to change, you can just use find to go to that place. You want to change the data, you can go to replace. Find Rahul, replace with Rahul Verma. Replace. Okay, so you have to select where you want to replace. If you want to replace all, you can just click replace all. I go undo one more time. You click replace all, it will change straight away. If you want to replace, you have to select the cell and then you have to do it. Okay, so it's the same concept as Microsoft Word. Find and replace. Any doubts on this so far? Anybody got any doubts? Actually, we covered the topic for today. So anybody have any doubts?
Sir,
Anybody have doubts? Okay, if not, then I will show you the homework for today. Okay, so this document I will send to you. This is the lesson. Whatever I teach is here. You can refer to this. We spent a lot of time to prepare all the materials for you. So it's easy for you to refer to this and study. Apart from the video, you can also look into this. There is some additional information also in this document, which you can actually practice. Okay. Now, in this document, the last page, page 11, is the homework. So I will send you 4, I think if I'm not wrong, is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So I will send you the relevant files. For example, if you read this homework, the first one is modify worksheet. Open the modify worksheets workbook. So that means I will send a workbook that will have the name modify worksheets. So you open the file, you will see the May 12 worksheet. Okay, just give me a second. Let me try to show to you. Okay, so this file will be sent to you. So you open this, you see the instruction. On the May 12 worksheet, insert a new column A and a new row 1. That means you have to go to this sheet, May 12. You have to insert a new column A. That means you select here, right click, insert column. Right, so insert. Same way you need to insert a row. So you need to do this step. So same way you have to follow one step by one step. They tell you click here, insert a cell, insert the value here, select the cells, move them from here. So you already learned how to shift, right? E13 to F13. Okay, for example, you have this. I'm just showing as an example. If I'm telling this, I have to move this from C to F. Then I have to cut this and I have to paste here. Again, this is an example. You just follow exactly what is the instruction given in the homework. So similarly, all the other sheets, merge and cell, merge and unmerge. So I will send you the merge cells worksheet. You have to merge it here. Okay. Is it clear? Anybody have doubts?
Sir, I just let me check one thing.
Yes.
Can you go this worksheet, the previous one?
Yes.
Yeah, now I select the all numbers. They are all the shell. So I one time can delete. I can use the delete button as shortcut.
Delete.
Yeah.
You want to delete all the
Because
cells.
I still using, but one cell by one cell only we can delete.
You want to
I can use
delete the whole
one time
data.
again. Yes, correct.
You select like this, press delete. So what all the cells data you want to delete, you select all the cells. Okay. When you see this is all highlighted, you just press delete. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes, I understand.
Okay. So you just have to select. You want to delete everything here. It's very easy. You select everything, delete, everything is gone. Or you want to delete the entire sheet, you just have to right click, delete sheet. Then the whole sheet will go off. Okay, so I think this is what you asked me just now, right? Did I
Yeah, this one
answer
I
you?
asked him, but I think my laptop got another some need to changes because I select all, I cannot delete. One time I cannot delete. I think this one function something need to changes.
You
Need to
try,
set
okay,
up
you do the easy way. You select here, click on the top like this. All the row column will be there. You just click delete. You see whether it's happening.
Okay.
If not, you select and you put right click and you just put the delete. Okay. Delete will be complicated. You can just put cut. Okay. All these will be cut. And you want to delete the entire rows, you just put delete. Okay, you try first. If you cannot later, you can message me. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So similarly, you have to do all the worksheet one by one. Okay. So you try to do all one by one. Then we will you do this and send to us. Okay. Okay. If no other doubts, thank you very much.